Welcome to our virtual yoga class. We'll begin in a seated position. Make your way to your seat, noticing that if you're in a cross-legged position, noticing which leg is the most forward, and then switch it out. And this is to honor balance. Very natural to honor different sides of our body or to use more other sides of our body more than others. So for the sake of balance, we switch out our legs. Notice your spine. Activate your core to assist you, lengthening your spine. Chest is open, and then notice your shoulders. Is there any tendency there to lift up shoulders or crunch your shoulders? Very purposely soften, draw them down. Palms on the knees. And then we'll take a few breaths here to ground. Now your eyes can be open or closed. If your eyes are open, I recommend focusing on one point across the floor or room. Now this is a technique, it's your steep point. And it helps focus. With a wandering mind, we tend to have wandering eyes. To the best of your ability, keep your focus on one point across the floor or room. And you also have the option of closing your eyes. Both create a different internal experience. Notice there is no indicator here of doing anything good or bad. You're just checking in with the breath, perhaps starting to lengthen the inhale and the exhale. Noticing that as we notice our breath, we're welcoming our experience. I recommend a powerful inhale for a powerful exhale, sighing out. Belly expand. Optional exhale, side out. A quick body scan here. Notice the back of your head, the back of your neck, shoulders, fingertips, palms on the knees. Notice down the length of the spine, upper back, mid back, lower back. Notice your sit bones grounded on the floor. Those are the bones close to the glutes. Notice how your ankles and knees feel. Observe any thoughts, any sensations around you. And once again, powerful inhale, we'll exhale, sigh it out. If your eyes are closed, you can gently open your eyes. Keep your hands grounded on your knees. Let's bring our shoulders up towards our ears and then draw them down. Lifting shoulders up and then drawing them down. As I draw my shoulders down, I'm very purposely bringing my shoulder blades closer together, elbows remain close to my torso. And then after a round or two, we'll start to take our chin over our right shoulder and hold here. Keep your spine long, and to the best of your ability, bring your chest towards that right shoulder. And then opposite side. Hold. Take a long, even breath. Back to center. Inhale, lift your chin up. Exhale, release your chin towards your chest. Notice as you release your chin towards the chest, there's a gentle stretch in the back of the neck and top of your back, or your upper back. And then bring your head back to the center. Let's take our hands right behind our head. Notice your elbows. Press your elbows towards the back of the room. And then twist towards the left and towards the inhale here. And exhale. One more time on each side. You can release your hands. And then we'll shift the stretch into our lower body. Let's extend our left foot out towards the front, and then let's press our right foot right against our thigh. Now, we're purposely lengthening the spine, drawing our shoulders down. You can have a little bend to your knee. We'll flex our left foot for a few breaths here, noticing that natural stretch here just by flexing our left foot and lengthening our spine. Notice what opens up here. And then allowing your breath to assist you, start to fold a little deeper, intensifying the stretch, and then noticing where your boundary is, breathing into that boundary, and very naturally, very organically, folding just a little bit more to expand that boundary. Your hands can reach anywhere, thighs, shins, toes. And remain here a few breaths, anywhere about 5 breath cycles. You don't necessarily have to count the breaths. Notice if there's any tension in the belly. Deep belly breath here. And then release. Plant that right foot onto the floor. We'll come into a twist. We'll take your left arm out. Hook your elbow right onto your knee. Twist towards the right. Keep that left foot flexed. Spine is long. Chin shifts towards that right shoulder. It's active. Take a comfortable breath. It's difficult to take a deep, long breath and twists. And then release. We'll lengthen our right leg, press our left foot against our thigh. Take a moment here, flexing your right foot, and then very purposely lengthening the spine, drawing your shoulders down. You notice what's naturally opening up here. You can invite a little bend to your knee and fold. Around 5 breaths here, breathing into your boundary. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Start to release the pose. We'll go ahead and bend our left knee. Keep that left foot onto the floor. Shift into a twist by taking our right arm out, hooking our elbow right onto our knee. Now, you're simultaneously flexing your right foot, lengthening your spine, and shifting your chin towards your left shoulder. Be active here. Take a comfortable breath. And now, release. We'll shift into our tabletop. Hands are beneath our shoulders, knees, hips, width distance apart. We'll take one cow and cow pose, inhaling up, lifting our tailbone, releasing any soreness, any tension in the lower back, moving back up to the back. Round your spine, same thing, chin towards chest. Again, releasing in a different way, lower back, mid back, upper back. Hold. Come back to neutral, look over your left shoulder and hold. Drop your head. Top of the head is parallel to the floor. Look over your right shoulder. Hold. Then moving at your own pace a few times, dropping your head. And then taking your gaze over your left shoulder and right shoulder with special emphasis and attention to the sides of the neck that you're stretching. And after a round here or two, you can bring your head back to a neutral position. One cow and cat pose. Exhale, round your spine. And then from our tabletop, we'll go ahead and shift into a forward fold. Now we'll remain here about a few breaths here in our forward fold. So make sure you're comfortable, mainly your neck and head are relaxed. You want that head to be dead weight. Bend to your knees, and then you can cup your elbows with your hands. You can release your hands towards the floor, on the floor, if that is comfortable. Take a deep breath here. Inhale, exhale. We're going to plant our left hand onto the floor. You also have the option of resting your hand on your shin or your thigh. Lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. So there's a good bend to that left knee there to support you, and lifting that left arm up. Now you can intensify that stretch around the right hamstring, right glute, right hip by lengthening that leg. Don't forget to breathe here. And then release. Right hand on the floor, bend to that right knee. Lengthen that left arm up towards the ceiling. Don't forget to breathe here. You can place some extra weight on that left heel. It can be subtle. Intensify a stretch there. There's a lot going on here. And then release your hand. We're going to roll up slowly. Head is going to come up long. Spine is long, palms towards the front. Draw your shoulders down. Inhale here. Exhale. Keep your gaze steady across the floor room. Inhale here. Exhale. And the following inhale is sweep our arms up overhead, palms up towards the ceiling. Lift your heels halfway or all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hands, release your heels, interlace your fingers, extend your elbows, open up your chest, your heart, take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Bend your knees, keep your elbows lengthened behind you as you fold down towards the floor. Check with your neck, your head is relaxed. And now hands to your shins. We're going to inhale halfway up 3 times. Inhale up, exhale, release. Second round, inhale halfway up, exhale, release. Third round, inhale halfway up, exhale, release. Your choice, you can roll up slowly or sweep your arms up overhead, whichever way supports you. That means your mountain pose can either be hands framing your hips, palms towards the front, or mountain pose, both palms pressing against each other. We gather our breath here. Inhale and exhale. We draw our shoulders down. Inhale and exhale. Release your hands. Inhale, arms lift up. Palms up towards the ceiling. Lift your heels halfway or all the way up. Inhale. And exhale, release your heels. We'll shift into our warrior two from here. We're going to take our left foot forward, right leg steps back. Our right foot is in a diagonal. Arms come up to a T. You're taking your gaze over that left hand. Your legs are these scissors attempting to close, but they can't. Inhale here and exhale. You're drawing your shoulders down, chest is open. Arms radiate in opposite directions. It's a pose of strength and stability. See if you can keep your gaze steady on one point. Inhale. Exhale, release that hand right behind your knee. Lift your left arm up. Side body stretch here. You're also opening and strengthening throughout the lower back. Back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, you keep your gaze over your left fingertip. We're going to pretend we're going to hold a ball between our hands. Swing that right arm over and hold. You're activating your core strength here. You're gaining that stability through your heels, your toes. You're taking an even breath here. When your body is active and in strength, use a generous breath. Release your elbow onto your thigh. Lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. I recommend lifting your gaze up, lifting your arm. Purposely lengthen your right arm up towards the ceiling. Sink into that left hip. Either remain here, you're going to start to lengthen that left knee, drop your hand to your shin or all the way down towards the floor. Inhale here. Exhale. You can always drop your gaze down towards the floor if it creates strain in your neck. Keep that arm lifted though, right arm. And now drop both hands so they frame that left foot. Remain here. Check your neck and head are relaxed. Here's our left hip, left hamstring. Drop your belly down towards the floor. Relax your neck. Exhale. Pivot your right foot. So now you're in a low lunge. Heel is lifted. Step back into your downward facing dog. Rounding through both palms, bringing your chest towards your thighs. We're going to lift our right leg, bend our right knee, stack our hips. And our right foot back down towards the floor, opposite side. Lift your left leg, bend your left knee, stack your hips, hold. Release your foot back down towards the floor. Take your gaze between your hands. Walk or jump up. Your choice how you come up to standing, and also which mountain pose you choose. Take a moment here to notice where the breath is. Inhale here, exhale, side out. Release your hands, inhale, lift your arms up overhead, palms up towards the ceiling. Lift your heels halfway or all the way up. Exhale, release your hands, release your heels. We'll shift into our warrior two. This time our right foot steps forward, left leg steps back. Our left foot is in a diagonal. Give a 90-degree bend to that knee. We bring our arms out to a T. Keep your gaze over your right fingertips. See if you can keep your gaze focused on one point. Chest is open, arms radiate in opposite directions. So you're breathing from your heels all the way up to the crown of your head. Release that left hand right behind your thigh. Lift your right arm up. Hold. Glutes are engaged here. You're strengthening the lower back. You're opening up your right side body. Back to center, warrior two. Take your gaze over your right fingertips. Inhale here, exhale, and release your elbow right onto your thigh. Lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. I'm purposely lengthening my left arm, taking my gaze up towards the ceiling, sinking into my right hip, grounding through my right heel. I feel my breath expand my belly. Optional, remain here or lengthen that right leg, drop your hand to shin or on either side of your right foot. Always optional to release your gaze down towards the floor. Keep that left arm lifted. And now release both hands. So both hands frame that right foot. Hold here, drop your belly towards your thigh. Relax your neck and head. Shift your attention to your right hip, right glute, right hamstring. You're still stabilizing through your heels. Deep belly breath. Now pivot that left foot, you're in a low lunge. Step back into your downward facing dog. Lift your left leg, bend your left knee, stack your hips. Hold. And then release your foot back down towards the floor. Opposite side, lift your right leg, bend your right knee, stack your hips. And then release your foot back down towards the floor. Plank pose, release down towards the floor. Interlace your fingers, tops of the feet on the floor. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Second round, inhale. Exhale, release. Third time, inhale up. Exhale, release. On this next round, you're going to bend both knees here. Now you have two options. You can shoot your fingertips back, lift up, or you can grab your ankles with your hands. So it's going to open up and stretch throughout the quads. Lots of strength here throughout the abdomen and back. Take back. Shoulder blades, draw closer together here. Hold. And then release. Take a breath. Inhale, exhale. Second round out of 3. Kick back. Release. Take a breath. And then third round, kick back. Inhale, exhale. And then drop your cheek on the floor, backs of the hands on the floor. Soften your body. Here you're purposely softening and relaxing the body. Scan your neck, down your spine, to your toes. Take the breath that most supports you right now. About 3 more breaths. At any moment, if you have trouble concentrating, just lengthen the length of your inhale and your exhale. We'll start to shift out, in the same sequence. We'll interlace our fingers behind us. You have the option of shooting your fingers up behind you instead. Glutes are engaged, inhale up. Exhale, release. You're using your inhale to assist you in finding that lift. Second round. Your third round, remain there an extra breath. Inhale here, exhale. And then release. Bend both knees. Optional, you can shoot your fingers behind you and then lift, or grab your ankles, kick back. Take your breath, stretch your quads, and release. After a breath, second round out of 3, kick back. And release. Third round, inhale halfway up. Or all the way up as much as you can. And release. Opposite cheek on the floor, backs of the hands on the floor. Generous breath. Inhale, exhale. Find the breath supports you now. Very purposely soften neck down the spine. So purposeful practice to soften the body. In the holistic yoga practice, we're appreciating those moments of being active and we're appreciating those moments of being passive. Both inform the body. Both help bridge that physical, mental, emotional bond. Both ways of being help build that bridge of the physical, mental, and emotional bodies. Three more breaths here. On that next breath, take your hands to frame your chest. Keep your elbows close to your torso. Tops of the feet on the floor, upward facing dog, shoulders away from your ears. Very invigorating pose. Lots of strength here in the lower back, mid back. You're lengthening throughout the spine. Glutes can be engaged here. You're holding the pose. And now curl your toes, downward facing dog. This is down dog. As a counter pose to all those back bends. You want to purposely press through your fingertips and your palms. Purposely bring your chest closer towards your thigh. Lift your left leg, bend your left knee, stack your hips, hold. And then release. Opposite side, lift your right leg, bend your right knee, stack your hips. Inhale, exhale, release your foot back down towards the floor. Drop your knees on the floor. Shift your hands so they're in tabletop positions, hands right beneath your shoulders. Even though we're coming up from downward facing dog, our hands tend to shift forward correctly in your downward facing dog. In your tabletop, both hands are beneath your shoulders. Now, lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. We're preparing for our needle pose. And drop that left shoulder onto the mat. Lift your right arm up towards the ceiling and hold. You can also rest that hand on your lower back. Release your hand. Lift back up. Hands beneath your shoulders. You're going to inhale up, cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, cat pose. And now opposite side, press your left hand onto the floor, lift your right arm up, and now drop your shoulder onto the mat. Lift your left arm up towards the ceiling, hold here, or rest your hand on your lower back. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hand onto the floor, hands beneath your shoulders. Inhale up. Lift your tailbone. Exhale, round your chest. Move at your own pace here. Inhaling up. Exhaling, rounding your spine. Chin towards chest. Third round. Move at your own pace. And then release. We'll come to sit. We'll come to sit in a cross-legged position. Hands on our knees. We'll take a moment to ground our breath. Mini meditation, 5 breaths. Notice the expansion of belly and ribcage. Powerful inhale for powerful exhale. And then inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Palms up towards the ceiling, around your spine, chin towards your chest. Hold. Palms towards the front. And then release. Start to lengthen your legs out in front of you. We're going to make a V with your legs. Lengthen your spine. And then leading with your chest and your heart, twist towards the right. Little bend to your knee, start to fold over. Breathe into your boundary. And then fold. Opposite side. Inhale, exhale, breathe into your boundary. Come back to center, fold down. Fold down the middle, you can inch your hands forward. Deep belly breaths, relax your neck, shoulders. And we release. Hands comes up. We'll start to shift our position in preparation to lay down. Palms up towards the ceiling. Slowly release. Head comes onto the mat. Palms up towards the floor. Little mini Shavasana here. 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Imagine you're breathing from your toes all the way up to the crown of your head, exhaling from the crown of your head to your toes. We'll bend both knees. Grab your knees with your hands. Rock to the left, to the right. I'm going to massage around the lower back here. And then we'll drop our knees towards the left. We're shifting into a twist. Bring your arms up to a T. Drop your head towards the right. Invite a comfortable breath here. Soften neck down the spine to the hips. Bring knees back to center. Start to drop your knees towards the right. Drop your head towards the left. Standing once again. Neck down the spine, hips. Imagine your knees falling further towards the floor. Be very purposeful in softening the body here. Noticing where can you soften 10% more. Inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. Feet float off the floor. Hands to knees. Forehead up towards your knee. And drop your head back. Second round out of 3. Forehead up towards your knees. Drop your head back. Third round, hold here. Chin towards chest. Elbows close to your thighs. And then drop your head back. Soles of the feet touch. Butterfly pose. Notice one breath cycle. Backs of the hands on the floor. Palms framing, or palms faced up towards the ceiling. Hands are framing your hips here. Notice that experience. Notice the experience of hands resting on belly or chest. Now lift your arms up overhead. You can notice the experience of backs of the hands on the floor, elbows bent. Your elbows, your arms are making a diamond around your head. Remain here, noticing the sensations. Purposely softening from the neck down the spine to hips. Feet softly touch. Here you have access to full diaphragm breathing. Invite a few intentional deep breaths. It's actually a skill to maintain deep, long breaths over a long period of time. See where you are. You feel comfortable with a few long breaths. And notice that this is a breath you can return to throughout your day. We're so busy, we're so out of our bodies frequently, even me as a yoga teacher, that we forget our bodies and we forget how healing and powerful that full breath is. And sometimes we have to reacquaint ourselves with what that feels like. Take an opportunity now. This is for you, this is your self-care. And let your breath go back to its natural rhythm. Check again with your body, noticing where can you soften a little bit more. We'll start to prepare for our final resting pose. However, if there's one more pose you need to feel more complete, go ahead and take a moment with that pose. Whether you're beginning your Shavasana or exploring one last resting pose, shift your attention back to your breath. Continuously throughout the class, we're shifting our attention back to our breath. Noticing our breath as a tool, integrating holistically our physical, mental, and emotional body. Sometimes we can understand and feel that explicitly, and sometimes it's more ambiguous. Appreciate that paradox. And as you settle into your Shavasana, understand that there is no expectation of how to be or do something correctly. Observe any thoughts or sensations without judgment. A wandering mind is fine. The only thing to be purposeful about here is to soften the body. In this last resting mode, we release, we let go, we receive, and we integrate our practice. Soften the back of the neck, forehead and jaw, shoulders, down the length of your arms, elbow, wrists, palms, and fingertips. Even if you're imagining that extra release in your pinky, forefinger, middle, index, and thumb. Soften the upper back, mid back, lower back, down the length of your legs, hips, behind the knees, down to your ankles and toes. And know that you're supported. start to shift our attention back to our breath, inviting a generous and leisurely inhale and exhale. A very particular type of breath. You can restore some movement to your fingertips and your toes. You have the option of inviting a full body stretch, lifting your arms up overhead, pointing your toes, and or you can turn your body to the side, allowing it to remain heavy and relaxed. And once again, reacquainting yourself with a generous and leisurely breath. There is no hurry. And then after a breath or two, you'll start to make your way up to your seat. As you make your way to your seat, we'll take a moment to appreciate our breath, that bridge of the holistic, mental, physical, and emotional bodies. In appreciation of our breath, let's take our hands to our heart center. Inhale here. And exhale. And in the tradition of yoga, the highest in me is the highest in you. Namaste.